What's going on, guys? Today's video, I'm gonna be going over a few tips and tricks on how to trim your beard at home. Let's get into it. Now I'm gonna preface this video with saying that this is not gonna be a short video, guys. Okay, this is gonna take some time because there's a lot of detail that goes into actually trimming your beard. There's nothing that I wanted to skimp out on either, and I wanna be as detailed about it as possible for you guys. So I apologize in advance for this being a long video, but it is what it is. Trimming your beard can take you upwards of near a half hour to do it yourself at home. That's how long our beard trims are at the shop. That's how long you might need to take on it at home if you are really trying to get it to be the best that it can be. All right, so you guys wanna know the secret to trimming your beard at home, how to get that nice sculpted beard? The truth is, you don't do it at home, fellas. You go see this guy. You go see your barber, guys. That's why we are here. That is our job, is to make you look and feel your best. Now, I know that this is something that you guys cannot do all the time, but if you can, or if you are one of the guys who like to get cleaned up regularly, or who does not get cleaned up regularly, I would highly recommend that you get to your barber as much as possible if you are trying to maintain a look or trying to look your best. Your barber's gonna know specific shapes and details about your face to make whatever it is you're trying to do look the best on you. We have different angles to see of your jawline, different angles to see at your line work and everything like that, man. So there's nothing that's going to substitute a barber's beard trim for the trim that you do at home. About 90% of them who don't get their beard trims at the barbershop, I would say about 90% have something wrong with the beard that they have messed up themselves at home, or there's something that is not really tightened up as much, or disproportionate, or lines brought up too high, things of that sort. So there's a lot of error when it comes to trimming your beard at home, and if you're one of the guys who knows how to do it, good for you, man, and that's awesome. Keep doing what you're doing, and you know, hopefully you don't mess it up, because that is a dark rabbit hole to go down. If you've messed up your beard, you know what I'm talking about. Trimming off too much, you think, oh, maybe I could fix it, and then you taking off way more than you were anticipating to, and then it just ends up this whole disaster. So to really prevent that from happening, the best bet, guys, is going to be to go to your barber. All right, guys, so now that I got all that shit out of the way, let's get into showing you how I trim my beard at home. Usually I trim it at the barbershop, but today I did it at home for you guys, and I'm gonna take you through exactly how I did it. So let's show you what's up. So all right, guys, before I get into showing you a few little things about the beard, just remember, nothing at home is going to substitute for you going to see your barber. That is the best beard trim that you are going to get. So with that being said, let's get into a few little details about the beard that I would recommend if you're trying to do this at home. But first things first, guys, you're gonna need a few things. Now, I would highly recommend guys who are not that comfortable with trimming their own beard, who have no other option to do it themselves, to buy some type of hair scissor, okay? Now, I always recommend clients to use hair scissors at home because it mitigates and also allows you to make the least amount of damage to your beard if you mess up. If you make a mistake, these guys are not going to be as harsh as your trimmers. All right, so that's what you're going to be needing, guys, is a pair of hair scissors, a pair of trimmers, and also a comb, guys. Probably the most important piece of equipment you're going to need is a mirror, guys, when you're doing your beard trims, so that you can use it in conjunction with the other mirror to check out the other beard, to check out your beard. So these are the three things that I would say you must have for a decent beard trim experience at home. So first things first, when you are going to be trimming your beard, you want to make sure that your beard is clean and that you don't have any residue or any products, no wax or nothing in it like that. Just out of shower works great. You can rinse off your beard in the sink and dry it off. It can be slightly damp if need be. I would recommend to do it more dry if you can, just because hair tends to expand when it's wet, shrink when it's dry. That way you're working with exactly what you are going to be looking at when you have a dry beard. Also, another recommendation I would say is, if you are doing this at your sink, make sure you grab some paper towel or a rag or something to cover the sink for all the hair, or you can buy some of those capes that attach to the mirror so that you can catch all the hair, because hair down the drain is a pain in the ass. So first thing, guys, you're gonna grab your comb, and we are just gonna comb out your beard. Okay. And when you're doing this, before you do your beard trim, guys, make sure you guys are thoroughly thinking about exactly what it is you want your beard to look like, okay? It's just like a haircut. Beards have different styles, different looks, and they also, you know, say a lot about who you are as an individual. So make sure you are figuring out exactly what kind of beard you want. Me personally, I like a more rugged, natural looking beard. I do not like it super crispy and lined up and things like that. That's not for me, guys. Also, think about what you want the mustache to be, how thick you want it, things like that. All right, so now that we got this combed out, as you can see, we have quite a few strays. Now that's what I would highly recommend that you trim up at home. Let the big beard trims that you need done, let them be done by your barber. So what I'm going to do, guys, is just when I'm looking at my beard, now again, this depends on how you want your beard to look. Me personally, I like my cheeks and my sides to be tapered in and more flush against my face. I do not like this to look big because in my opinion it makes my face look fat. So I like my beard to come down to a slight taper and point at the tip here. And also you got to make sure you're watching these lines, guys. Like I said earlier in the video, this and this, your line work is where guys really mess up their beards. So be very cautious if you're touching those. So I'm gonna grab my hair cutting scissors, and I am just going to be nipping away at these flyaways, okay? Just the ones that are sticking out. Now, trimming up flyaways does a hell of a lot more for your beard than you guys realize. And the best way to do this is to use a pair of hair cutting scissors. Now, when I'm doing a beard trim on a client at work, I actually finish off the beard trim with my shears to really shape it. It's kind of like trimming a hedge, guys. You want to make sure that you are not cutting into your beard, just on the outside of the beard, floating along the outside to give it some shape. Beards are all about shape, fellas. So I'm just gonna go around and slightly clean up all these flyaways. Okay. Every now and then you want to comb out the beard again and do it over again. You got to understand that when you comb out your beard, it basically resets it and shows some different flyaways that are not in the same length as the other hairs. So we're just cleaning this up, guys, a little bit. And also when you're using the mirror, different angles play a big factor in this, okay? So I'm not just looking straight on at the mirror to see what my beard's looking like. I'm tilting my head, using my peripheral vision to also see the different silhouettes of my beard on different angles, just to make sure that it all looks uniform. So I hit it this way, turning my body position this way, going to keep my head straight and use my peripheral vision to really judge this portion of my face to make sure that these flyaways are nice and cleaned up. Same thing on this side. And you can use this technique for all the way around your beards, guys. Use that peripheral vision, keeping your head straight, just to make sure that you're getting different angles of your beard and not just one. All right. Now what we're gonna do is grab our mirror and use it in conjunction with the other mirror to actually double check the shape of our beard, okay? So what I see here in my beard, and you want to tilt your head this way, just to double check things, is I see the angle of my hair under here. I have a curl in my beard here, and it's coming down and it's poking out. Now, you got to understand, with longer beards, if you have curl in it, sometimes it's going to be at the peak of your wave and then it'll come back down if it grows out. So sometimes you just got to bear with it. But also, when you're lining yourself up, if you guys are doing that at home, this is the biggest trick for you guys, is to use your mirror and to really be able to check where your line is underneath your chin, and also on the sides here, on behind the right in front of the ear, just to make sure your line work is good. And you want to make sure when you're hitting these lines, guys, that it's like you are not cutting into it too high, and also you want to make sure you're not cutting too low, because that will give the different illusions and different perspectives of your beard. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim my mustache with a trimmer. Again, just comb out your beard, your stash. Now, if you're growing out your mustache, you do not have to do this, but what I would highly recommend for guys to do is just to keep it clean above the lip, and that's it. It's very simple to do. So all I'm going to do is hit it right above the lip, guys. Now, what I like to do is, these trimmers have a T-blade on them. You do not need anything like this. You can also do this with your scissors if you want, is to clean it up around the lip. But all I do is I use the corner of the trimmer and I follow the shape of the lip right above it. One clean pass. And another clean pass. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna brush out the stash one more time and do it again. You don't have to do much, guys. And that's all it is right there. Just a quick little cleanup. Nothing too crazy or extravagant. Now, you also got to keep in mind that when you're shaping your beard at home, less is more. Always, less is more. So make sure that you're not cutting too much, because you can go down a big, long, depressing, sad road. If you know what I mean, guys. You fuck up your beard, there's nothing worse, man. You feel so shitty about it, and there's nothing you can do about it. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna trim up my neck under here. Now when you're doing this, guys, again, cutting it at the wrong angle and cutting it too low or too high is very common, and it really makes your beard look like crap if you fuck it up. Line work is the number one thing that can make a beard look bad, or the number one thing that makes a beard look good. Okay, so make sure that you're getting this right. So what I like to do is keep my body straight as possible, neutral position, look at myself straight in the mirror, and I'm gonna look straight up. Use my vision, again, my eyes looking down, okay? And I am looking at where my line is naturally, where it wants to be, and I'm going to just hit this straight across, guys. I'm not gonna curve it or anything like that, because you gotta remember, when you're looking down, this is naturally gonna curve. So when you're looking up, you wanna make sure you're just hitting a straight line. Okay, now the next step I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to use my peripheral vision. I'm going to stand in an angle towards the mirror. I'm going to look, tilt my head this way, and look at this angle of my beard. And what I like is to have a natural looking line, and I am going to barely hit just the corners of the beard. To give it a little shape. Same thing on this side. Now, this area right here, fellas, is probably the most fucked up part that I see on men when they come in, okay? So back here, highly recommend you do not touch back here. Let your barber do it. But since I am a barber and I do this all the fucking time, I'm gonna hit it and I'm gonna show you exactly how I do it. But proceed at your own caution, guys. This is where a lot of guys fuck up. I've even fucked this up. So just make sure you are very, very cautious. So same thing, we're gonna turn our head, use our vision in the mirror. It's kind of hard to see, that's why this is tricky. And I'm going to pull my face like this to get some stretch on the skin, and then make sure I am hitting naturally this line, okay? Grab my mirror, and I'm going to check my work. I notice that I have a little bit of a protruding section right here that I'm going to hit. And again, you can grab also your face like this and pull the skin to be able to really see behind here. Double check again with my mirror. Looks better, but I still have a little section here that I need to clean up. Little by little, guys. And that's looking good enough to me. It doesn't have to be super, super sharp back here, because otherwise, if you do cut into this section, guys, it's gonna make it look a lot worse. So same thing on this side, turning my head this way, contorting my face, stretching the skin. Hitting that angle. Grab our mirror. And that looks pretty good to me, guys. I got lucky on that one. All right, guys, so that is going to be the basis of my at-home beard trim that I would recommend. Now, you can trim up this as well, your lines up here. Me personally, I hit those with a straight razor, so I will not use this, especially because my hair up here is a little bit fine. I like using a straight edge because it makes it a little bit easier to control for me. Also, you can trim above the lip right here, which I do sometimes. Again, I use the corner of the blade and I push, and I just barely nib a few of these strays that are above my lip. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is grab the corner of my blade, tilt it into my skin, pull my face down like this, funny ass faces, and just lightly touch that up. Same thing on this side. Another thing I like to do, I get hair all through here, guys, underneath my eyes, so I'll hit that a little bit with trimmers. But if you are going to be hitting this with a trimmer, guys, again, use the corner and very carefully outline the beard as natural as possible. Again, if you cut down into this line, it makes it look like shit, guys. Stop doing that. That's a chin strap. When you come down at an angle, make it square, that's a fucking chin strap. It looks like shit, so stop doing it, please. Make sure you are keeping those lines nice and high as you possibly can. Last thing for me I'm gonna do is just double check everything, and if I see anything, I'm gonna hit it with my trimmers, free floating or floating, freehanding it. But this is something that I would recommend you not to do, but I'm going to do it just because I have experience in it. One more check. And that is looking pretty good to me, guys. Something very simple. I'm not trying to really do a lot of removal on this beard trim. It's just all about maintenance. You also got to remember too, you have products to style your beard as well, guys. So a foundation of a good beard style is a good beard shape, good beard trim, but also you got to understand a lot of guys have wave and different things in their beard that make it look unshaped, but you can use things like a blow dryer or a beard straightening brush, which does help out a lot. I would recommend investing in those tools to really make your beard on point. Having a good beard is a lot of maintenance, guys. It's not something that you just wake up and you go out and bam, you have a great fucking beard. It's not how it works. You got to maintain, you got to trim, you got to condition, you got to do a lot to it to make it look good. So make sure that you guys are taking proper care of the beard. Trimmed up the beard a good bit. As you guys can see, I have some wave and curl under here. I'm fine with that because no matter what, that's going to be there. And I do not want to take this out because I want my beard to get a little bit longer and make sure that it is nice and full. So I know that this is something I have to deal with product and also blow drying and things of that sort. So some things about your beard you just have to accept. So those are my tips for doing an at-home beard trim, guys. I'm sorry this video became very long, but there's a lot to trimming your beard, guys. It's not something simple to do. It really is not. Again, best thing you can do is go to your barber and get it done professionally. There's nothing that is going to be better at home than that, okay? You need to have a good barber to really shape your beard if you want it to look the best it possibly can be. So there you guys have it, man. That is how I approach trimming my beard at home. Now I usually do it at the barber shop, but today I did it at home for you guys, and that is my approach to it. So this is the final look, guys, right here. Okay, now this is after I've styled it, straightened it out, added some beard butter, beard oils, things of that sort. So now I have it nice and styled, but the foundation of this was a good solid beard trim, a good sculpt, because everything else you can do with product, kind of like your hair. Foundation of a good hairstyle is a good haircut. So same thing applies to the beard. Make sure that you are getting a nice cleaned up sculpted beard before you are trying to style it, and then once it does, you get this nice uniformed great looking beard, man. So I'd highly recommend seeing your barber for that, but in this video we went over how I do it at home. But right on, fellas, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it helped out a lot of you guys as much as possible. And if you guys have not yet, please check out the rest of my videos. And if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up, check out the channel, and also if you like it, man, hit that subscribe button. That way you're not missing out on any of the content that's coming up on my channel. Now there will be links in the description for a few of the items that I did mention in the video. Now I am an Amazon affiliate, so I do get a kickback for anything that you guys purchase in those links. Just want to be straight up with you guys, let you guys know what's up with that. But yeah, guys, I cannot express how much it means to me that you guys watch the videos and continue to support the channel. So thank you. But right on, guys, this is Adam with Adam Sarah's Stuff. We will see you guys next time. Take it easy.